Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be covering Ember's new world on fire. I'm going to break it down piece by piece as best as I can. Alright, now as we all know, Ember's world on fire has been changed. It's not like how it used to act. It still goes on by the animation of as soon as you do world on fire, fire is all around you and so on and so forth. But it has an interesting mechanic, and I'm going to talk about it in a little bit here. Now, if we go into her right now, you will see, as it says, blast nearby foes with a burst of fire and follow that up with a barrage of fireballs against any enemy who dares approach. Over time, these fireballs burn hotter as they consume more energy. This is a little sketchy right here because, again, people get confused with this as it consumes more energy. Alright. As you can see, my range is 24 with mods on. Okay. Damage 680, status chance 59, energy a second 2.35. That's how it is without mods. You have range of 15, 35, 3 energy a second, but as far as with the build I have, it says 235. Now if I go into it right here, it will show that based off of this, I only have prime continuity and whatnot. I have no efficiency on, so again, it's gonna go off of the 235. But if I take these off, have it like so, that's how it's gonna be. 24. The energy is at 3, so taking those off will have the energy at 3. So again, nothing conflicting here except for the range. Now I'm just gonna take those off right there. Just gonna leave it at the flat base. Alright, take that off as well. Duration at 100, efficiency at 100, range at 100. So I'm just going off base, just off of the base, and just have the strength where it is. Because the strength, there's nothing wrong as far as with the damage, because based on how World on Fire is, it will rev up and you will have an increase in damage. Damage is not the issue. The issue with her is going to be the range. Now, as you can see, it has a range of 15 right there, but as it revs up, it will get cut in half. Now, I'm going to throw out the number of enemies here, just as like a demonstration as to how World on Fire acts now. So let me just get these guys up to, I think, probably like around 50. Alright. Now, as you can see, let me see. Alright. I want to highlight them. That dude is at 26 meters, coming up at 25. So I can't hit him, but I'm hitting this guy in front because, again, he's closer to me. So he's going to be on fire. As far as with him, he has to get closer. He's at 14 meters. I can't touch him yet. I got to go up, 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 up. And see, 5 meters. So again, now he's being touched because, again, he's on fire. Alright. And as it revs up at 100%, see how my energy starts to drain and whatnot? Because I have no efficiency mods. Alright. So he was just on fire because he had to get closer to me. He had to get within, I think it was like, what, 5 to 7 meters before he starts getting afflicted by fire. Now look here. It says 15. That bombard that was behind the other one, I had to get closer. Because remember, my range is not 15 once it revs up. It starts going by half. So you have to take as if between 5 to 7 meters, he'll be affected by my fire. Alright. Now, let me put back the mods on now. As far as how this is, because the build that I had, it's efficient pretty much as to how I have to use Ember now. Because it's all about casting, recasting. Because what you have to do with Ember now is that you're gonna have to time yourself, in a sense. You have to time yourself. I like using flash accelerant when I'm with a squad, and of course, firequake to knock down enemies, of course. So again, I have my efficiency at 175, range 145, strength 170. Now you see my range is at 145, right? 45% range. Now I'm gonna go back. It says 21.75. So technically these enemies have to be within at least 10 meter-ish per se. Once I hit my peak of my world on fire, the longer I keep it up. So you're getting a double-edged sword out of this, but also at the same time it's kind of like, I don't say like a rock paper thing. You're getting more damage, but the range is getting cut, obviously. So if enemies are at a good distance, they will not be hit by your world on fire. You have to get closer. At times they will do it prematurely, but at times they like to back up. That's the conflict when it comes to Ember using her half the time now. So as you can see, 11 meters. So again, this dude's gonna die and whatnot. See, it's already at its peak and whatnot. He's gonna die and stuff. So he's gonna succumb to that and stuff. Now as you can see, as far as with my efficiency, the drain, there's nothing wrong with my efficiency as far as with energy. But that percentage, as you can see, once it starts to rev up and whatnot, it's gonna hit at 50, 60, 70, 80. Now as you can see where he is, he's right there, 12 meters. Remember, I have 21. 11 meters, see? Like I said, you gotta be at a certain meter. So again, you cannot go by the percentage of your range. You have to go by the range of your world on fire. Don't pay attention to, where is it? No, not here. Don't pay attention to the range that you put on your Warframe. As far as with the mods, don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to this. And whatever your range is, go by half. Because the longer you stay in it, it's going to cut it down. Here's another thing when it comes to having World on Fire that it doesn't show right here, but it just summarizes it. Alright, because I actually have it right here next to me. I think that dude is still alive back there. He's probably shooting. Okay, he's not. Now here's what I'm going to explain to you guys right here. Alright, overheat percentage is displayed on the ability icon from 0 to 100. We all see that. Overheat delay, build up time, damage bonus, radius reduction, and energy drain rate penalty are not affected by mods. They're not affected. So no matter what mods you put on to try and reduce this percentage right here, it has its own. You cannot affect it. So once it starts to rev up, as you see, it just revs up. You cannot stop the drain on that. Your efficiency as far as with your energy will be fine. It's just that once it hits that 100%, that's it. You can't do nothing else with it. You cannot tweak it. You can't reduce the percentage as to how it keeps going up so fast. You can't stop it. All right. So what people like to do is to use a window. Practically what I mean by a window is that this is another part that I'm going to read to you guys right here. After World on Fire remains active for 6 seconds, Ember's flames begin to overheat over the course of 9.5 seconds. As the flames overheat, damage per explosion gradually increases by 200%, while the aura radius shrinks by 50 and the energy drain per second increases by 200. Use that 6-second window, right? And then after that, once it starts to rev up, yeah, I see Richie, right? Okay, he said 15 minutes. All right. What'd you call it? I just lost my train of thought. 6 seconds. All right, I'm gonna put out these enemies right here. I'm gonna put out 10 of them. No, not even 10. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna put all 20 of them out there. Right? I could leave it at 50. 20 of those enemies out there. Right? So now 20 of these enemies are out there. Speed that up, and then normally you just run around. Use that 6 seconds to get the range that you want and stuff. Once it starts to rev up like that, your range starts to decrease. Your power is still there, but it starts to decrease. Now you're like, oh, these enemies are being affected because I'm running into them. Now once it's at 100, cancel out of that, put it back on, retain your range, and just keep running around, keep doing what you need to do. But use that 6-second window to do what you need to do, because it's like I said again, once it hits that 50 or 60% percentage on that world on fire, get out of it. And you just keep doing that. Use your 6 seconds to go around, do what you need to do, put that damage on them, but you gotta keep running if there's so many enemies, because again, the way I like to use Ember is that she relies on movement to survive and the accelerant to keep enemies stun locked, run around, do what you need to do, and all of that good stuff. My energy is fine. I'm just looking at the percentage. So once I hit like a certain percentage, like in the 60s or whatever, I get out of it, go right back into World on Fire. And this is where I ask the question, is this a nerf? Is this a buff? Or is it a combination of both? And it's kind of, in my opinion, I say it's a combination of both, because the damage is going to be there. Damage per explosion gradually increases by 200 because again, you're staying in World on Fire for a period of time. But the nerf happens when the aura radius shrinks. As far as with the aura shrinking, that's the range. So you could have 280 or 250% range. But with all those range mods, if you think about it, put all the range mods that you have. Put all of them that you got. Where is it? Overextended. You can also, like I said, you got stretch in there. So where's my other one? Auger reach. Put that in there. Cunning drift. That's that's 280. All right. Now you'd be like, oh man, 280. That's a lot of range, man. I'm gonna hit stuff. True, but look, 42. Right? It says 42. Now, once you hit your peak on your overheat, take half of that away. See what I mean? So it's like you're getting one benefit from just having a whole bunch of damage, but it's gonna cost you as far as with range. So in order for you to keep retaining your range, you have to keep recasting World on Fire. So you have to hit a certain percentage. Once you realize that the enemies are not taking your World on Fire damage and they get close to you because your range has been crippled, you have to recast it to get your range, run around, use your 6-second window, and at least 50 to 60% of your overheat World on Fire, get out of it, recast it, run around. You have to do more now with World on Fire based on how it is. That's why I say it's a combination of both. It's a buff because she gets more damage, but it's a nerf because of the range being severely cut. That's why I say it's a combination of both. You can't say it's a full buff because again, what's having all that damage, but your range has been cut. Can't say really it's a nerf because again, she has this increase of damage the longer you stay in World on Fire, but it depends on how you use it. You have to use it in a way that you can't stay in World on Fire for more than 80% and stay at 100 because again, your range has been severed. So it's all up to you as to how you want to play with Ember now, but you cannot escape this percentage right here. Once you see it go up and up and up, after 6 seconds, that percentage starts peaking and peaking and peaking. Once it hits 60, 70, it's like, get out of it. Recast it again to retain your range. Even if you cut it at 50%, it's still fine. Cut it at 50%, you'd be like 40, 50. All right, get out of it. Recast it again. Even if you speed up your casting speed, it's still not going to change the whole 6-second thing. That's when the whole percentage starts to go up. You can't change it because again, it's not affected by mods. So it all comes down to how you want to play with Ember, but you cannot stay in that 100%. You can't, because again, when you're at 100%, all your range has been cut to half. You still have the damage, but the range Enemies could get within striking distance of you. At times, the enemy don't need to be within your range of your world on fire in order to damage you. What about a heavy gunner? You'd be like, oh, he'll get close to me. I'll be able to hit him with my world on fire. No, you gotta go to him. At times, he don't have to come to you. And that's the thing that people will find like, oh man, he's just being stubborn. Just look how enemies react to you when they see you. Sometimes they'll walk up towards you. See, I can have my world on fire right now. They'll get close to me, but then at some point they will back up, move to the side, all this stuff. So it's like you're gonna have to react based on how the enemy is acting towards you. So you see, he's side swiping, he's right there, he's trying to back up, all this stuff. So look, I'm at 100%. This dude's at 16 meters. He's at 16. He's coming towards me. I ain't doing no damage to him. So again, Ember could still die right here without even touching these guys with her world on fire. So look at that. This dude is what? 14 meters. I still can't touch him. I gotta be 11 meters before he could be touched. And as far as with the rest of these guys, that's the meters they gotta come at before they get hit with my world on fire. See? If he backs up, you know, my world on fire can't touch him. See, 11 meters. He'll die from my world on fire at some point, but if he backs up just like that, I can't touch him. I gotta initiate the world on fire. I have to get close to them, especially them guys in the back who want to be like idiots. You got initiated. This is how you gotta play Ember. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get something out of how Ember's new world on fire works. Alright, so I'll catch you guys later on the flip side, man. Peace.